This is quite interesting. What the hell could be up here in the north? But this is what we're interested in. Newmal, what is it? Tell us.
Have a look now. Oh my god, he's full of trees.
Newmal, come in. Newmal, can you read? We seem to have lost contact.
Where am I? What's happened? How did I land? Come in, KSP. Do you read me? Come in.
Yes, this is Bill. Come in. Let me know your position.
Okay, I am going out on EVA.
Report, what do you see? The tracking station puts you right on top of the dome you reported.
Okay, take a look around now. There seems to be some doors up here, but they appear to be locked. I'm looking through the dome glass down below, and there appears to be structures in there with the trees. And also outside the dome there appears to be 2 structures as well as the telescope. They appear to be housing or research facility structures.
Okay, Newmal, get back into your cockpit and sit tight. We're sending a science rescue team. Tactical Science Team Mark 1, you are fueled and ready to go. Launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Kerbalinian Odyssey, episode 8. And here we are, we're flying to the North Pole on this rocket with Bill, Kermin, and 2 other Kerbals. I think it's Dude Man and... oh, I forgot the name of the other one. Anyway, we're off on our way to go to the North Pole to investigate what the purpose of that dome is. Why is it up there? Were it Kerbals who constructed it? What are the trees doing up there? Were they taken there or what? We don't know. And that is what we're going to try and find out. Anyway, here we are. We're going to be separating these. And they separate lovely. They lift up out of the way and push themselves aside. I think I'll be doing that for every boosters that I do now. Anyway, back to the mission at hand, and that is to land this at the North Pole. And that's when I realised I had no way of directly landing this in the exact position I want. You know, I could guess for it using the manoeuvre nodes and the trajectory shown on the map, but that doesn't exactly show you how your spacecraft reacts within the atmosphere. So I had a little look at this, and I remembered a mod that was shown by Scott Manley, which was the atmospheric trajectory mod, which shows exactly where your spacecraft will land if it stays on that course. Well, I get the rocket up into space and then I install the mod. Well, now with the mod installed, it can clearly see that it is showing exactly where we'll land, or more likely this impact on the surface of the Caribbean. Well, a little explanation about the mod. It calculates the drag of all the parts you have on your rocket, spacecraft or aircraft. I'm sure it also calculates the lift, or may not, but it'll also work with near and far mods, which gives you more realistic aerodynamics again. But I'm here with the stock aerodynamics, well, because I'm old school and a little lazy. Okay, so we stop the burn by here, so we can manually burn and get our trajectory as accurate as possible. So we're not relying on the maneuver nodes. As you know, you can easily overburn or slightly underburn. But we just tweak it a bit to get as close as we can. Just a little over, because the parachutes are going to slow us down a bit more when they're deployed. Okay, I think I was pondering by here whether that would be good enough. I decided, yeah, it is. Okay, so now we separate the rocket from the science base, and now we're going to be trusting ourselves to this mod, to its calculations of the aerodynamics. So deploying the chutes, that'll hopefully slow us down enough just to get that little bit closer to the base. And as you can see by here, we're not doing too bad. Now, the reason why I've got the large parachute on the front there is because that command pod, that single command pod on the front of the base is going to make it nose heavy. So that parachute keeps it up and hopefully won't go careening into the ground head first, killing Bill and leaving his colleagues alone. But yeah, I have a little trick up my sleeve as well as that. And that is the 4 Separatrons that I have on there. You can just see them on the side there. And if I just fire them by here now. Bit of miscalculations on the rear ones. They had a bit too much fuel, but it survived. And I didn't see the landing speed. I think it was about 5 meters per second. Anyway, let's get Dude Man Kerbalinian on EVA. 2 Kerbals, well, Dude Man Kerbalinian and Ledwell. And they're going to be joining Bill here to investigate what it is. I think they're a 9 kilometer walk. Why didn't I glance closer? But doing so lets me use the EVA following mod, which is actually not made for this version of Kerbal Space Probe, but it still happily works. Anyway, I have a little play by here, see if I can get Bill to run, and hopefully the other 2 Kerbals will run with me. No chance, those slackers are dragging their feet behind me, so what am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to take you through all of this, but I realised that I had the illumination from the illumination mod too high, so I couldn't see the landing shadows. Anyway, now let's go and investigate.
Okay guys, this building appears to be their living quarters. Let's meet up. Okay guys, report. The other structure appears to be some kind of science lab. It's got all kinds of things in it, from mechanical to bioengineering. What should we do now? Well, there's only one thing to do now. That is to go into the dome. So come on guys. Now, don't know what to expect in here, so be on your guard. I've got all the equipment that can break through any door that is here on Kerbal, and this appears to be a Kerbal built structure. But I want everyone to be safe, so keep your comm devices open and stay close together.
Right, as we let Bill, Dude Man and Ledwell investigate that dome, the mysteries that it holds, we get a calling. And we get a calling from the Minmus More Science Probe. And that's because it's coming for its Minmus encounter. So, we slowly come through to the encounter. Well, come out of time accelerate because sometimes the orbits radically change when you change the sphere of influence and you time accelerate through them. So always go through them slowly. Anyway, here we are, set maneuver node. I forget you don't really need that much delta V to get into it. You see, it's only 196 to get ourselves into a 7 kilometer. Well, get our periapsis down to 7 kilometers because we want to do high and low science on the orbit of Minmus. Anyway, maneuver node setup, time accelerate, alarm clock setup. We're good to go. But there's one mistake I do for you, and it's in shadow. Yes, you find it. I'm trying to control the space probe here, but we ran out of electricity. You idiot! Who in the design team designed this thing? They should be fired. Anyway, I tried to go in and out of map mode because in the older versions that gave you a little extra charge, but it doesn't work this because they fixed that bug. Especially when I need it the most. So the only thing I can do by here is, well, obviously we're going to have to send another probe to Minmus, but we can come back to this probe and hopefully the gravitational tugs of all these moons and all these other celestial bodies will hopefully flip it over and put the panels into the sunlight. But we're probably going to have to leave the Minmus probe orbit endlessly around Kerbal, never to be recovered again. And that leaves me to say thank you for watching. Perhaps we'll find out what happens, what they find in the dome next episode. But this is Orbator saying thank you for watching. Click that like button if you liked, and comment and whatnot. Anyway, thanks for watching. I am Orbator. I will see you next time. Orbator out.
It's not the dome that's keeping these plants alive. It's these mysterious devices.